We're ready to begin our edge coloring applique, and what I have on my machine right now is a simple darning foot, any type of a quilting foot, something that has a spring to it is the type of foot that you want to use. I will also lower my feed dogs so that I can work in free motion. I am working with just a straight stitch, and I am regulating the length of the stitch really by how quickly I am moving my fabric under the needle. So we have our 40 weight, and we're using number 51/6, and this is the darker of the two greens that you would have received. And we're going to pull our bobbin thread up, and I'm going to hold these two threads in my hand while I begin. And I have a matching thread in the bobbin. I always match color in the bobbin. Weight is not as important. I have 40 weight in all the colors, so I have a 40 weight in the bobbin. But if you happen to have 50 weight, and you can put that in the bobbin, that works just as nicely. But I like the 40 weight for the top because that weight is going to give me the coverage that I want along the edge of my applique. I recommend that you begin with piece number 2. And the reason I want to begin here is this is the first time you're doing it, and it's a straight piece. So you're really going to be able to get the hang of what you're doing. So let's do a little stitching and see how this works. I can see the edge of my applique through the opening. Let's take our piece out from under the needle, and let's have a look at what we've done. This is a very organic technique, and that is what we are trying to get. What's most important is that you have extra, not less. So what I mean by that is in the width of your stitching along the edge. If you think about this piece as a quilt, and something that is going to be washed, you want your applique to be sufficient so that you're not going to pull up any of your pieces when you put it in the laundry. So you can see how I'm just doing small sections at a time. I'm never going to try and run a bead all the way down and then come all the way back. Here I have 2 little pieces of eyelashing. I'll go back and just trim them off. But this is how we want the piece to look. And now I'm going to show it to you from the back. And what you're seeing here is my Totally Stable. And there's what the back looks like. Now, sometimes I will go back and look at my piece and see an area that I maybe didn't get enough, and I can go back and just add some thread right in there. I'm going to finish up this stem and then we'll move on to another color and a more difficult shape.